What's going on, guys? Russell here, and I'm going to be bringing you a little tutorial video about scouting, because a lot of the videos that I've had so far, the scouting has been a main point as to why the other players have been losing, or a lot of what the other players are not doing. So most of my videos have been about players not scouting, so this is just a little tutorial video. It's going to be a little tutorial video about scouting in the beginning, like the early level game, and a little bit in the mid-level game. So basically what I'm going to be showing you here is what you want to do to scout, and I need to build my pylon. So basically the moment you build your pylon as a Protoss or whatever you want to do, you want to queue up, because this is Lost Temple, so there are 4 spawning points. You want to queue up 1, and you also want to make your unit that you are scouting with hotkeyed. And I usually put mine at 1, and you want to send it to all 4 different bases, because this is Lost Temple and there are 3 other spawning points other than what you are doing. But while you are doing this, you also want to keep up what you're doing at your base, and you want to keep it, like, pay attention to what this guy is doing here also. So you also want to hotkey your main base, and we see that no, there is nobody here, and so this guy keeps going, but you want to keep up production here. And you also want to get your gateways down, and my probe is still scouting. So why is scouting important, you might ask? It basically tells you what your opponent's going to be doing early game to mid game. So basically what I'm going to be seeing here once I actually do find my opponent is what he is doing, and as you can see, he is scouting my base, so I know he is Terran, and he knows exactly what I'm going for. He knows that I have an early gas, so I still am not scouting on him, so it's 3. It was the farthest away, not really, but he is pretty close. The rush distance on this is almost all the same, and I want to build another pylon. I know my build is a little bit off, but I'm just doing this for scouting purposes. And see what he has here? See what he's doing? He is using this guy to patrol, and I'm going to set my zealot on him, and never mind. Yep, see my probe, since I'm not doing anything with this guy, since I kind of neglected to watch for him. And see, so I basically saw that yes, he does have a barracks, similar to refinery, so he's going to be going a heavy gas build. So from this I can kind of transition to what build I want to go for, you know. So as you can see, I do now have this out, but I do need a gateway, and since he is going a heavy tech build, I'm going to want to pump out some immortals, so I'm going to want to go into a 3-gate robo, and I want to get this guy out of here. So but that's not going to happen, so I need to put that down that as simulator. So yeah, like I said, because I know what he was going for, I am able to tech switch into that, and I know my macro is really bad right now, but I'm basically using this as a test video to show you guys, like a test game to show you guys as to what you need to be doing for scouting. And so I will be cutting this here soon, because that is basically what you want to be doing in the early stage game of scouting, is basically figuring out what opening build your opponent is going to be going for, and from then on you want to just switch from that. So I know I'm going to need to get down 2 more gateways and a robotics facility, but I don't have enough gas for that, so I'm pulling off 1, 2 probes and putting this guy in here, and bam, blocking him off. Zealot gonna get him, and put this guy back on. Okay, so I will be cutting this, and we will be now go into the mid-game scouting, is what you want to be doing in the middle game, because you always want to keep scouting your opponent just to see as to what he's going to be tech switching into. So I will cut this, and I'll see you soon enough. So we are about at the 13-minute mark, and this is, you know, we've exchanged a few skirmishes here and there, and I do have my observer out, because as a Protoss player, you do want to have an observer out somewhat. Like you always want to have a robotics facility just to be able to see as to what's going on. And as you can see here, I do see that he does have the Ghost Academy, so he is going to be going for like some sort of nuke. So I do need to have an observer with my army at all time. And we do see all these supply depots, and still the engineering bay. He is throwing down a turret, and he does have marauders and marines. And what does he have over here? And we see the starport. So just because of this mid-game scouting, I know exactly what build he's going to be going for, which he more than likely will have a Ghost with Marine Marauder Ball and some Medivacs into a nuke. So, with some Hellions. So as we can see here, we do see the Marine Marauder medevac ball, so we are going to see a nuke play here. And he does have some Vikings, some counter classes if I do have them out. So because I know there are Vikings out, I want to go Mass Stalkers, and I want to have an Observer in with my units at all times. So just because I see that he does have his expansion, he does have Vikings, and he does have the Marine medevac ball, and my Observer got taken down, but I'd have valuable information because I see exactly what his whole entire base consists of, and I see that he does have this Ghost Academy. So we will now kind of try and counter that with a little, we always need an Observer out, so we will pump that Observer back out, and I'm going to queue up all that because my macro is slipping very, very bad, because this is just a test game to show you guys as to what you would want to be doing. And I'm going to throw down 2, 3, 4 gateways so I can get more Stalkers out. Because he has those Vikings, he thinks, okay, he's going to be going Colossus. Now I do want to pump out at least one Colossus so that but he will focus down that Colossus, and I want to have at least one of them down just for that Marine Marauder ball. Especially with Thermal Lance upgraded, and Thermal Lance is upgraded. And I'm just going to research this just for shits and giggles, so. And because he does have the Marine Marauder ball, Zealots are extremely effective against those, so I'm tech switching into what I need to be doing because I see exactly what he has going on. So you want to have this guy, like maybe your Observer queued up here because of the ghosts, and so yeah, that's why mid-game scouting is very important. You can be able to see as to what's going on exactly. Starport, 2 barracks, 3 barracks, and he does have ghosts, and he also has an expansion with 2 refineries going down. So that's exactly what you want to be doing, and I see these Vikings just trying to do maybe some harass, but they didn't really get there. So yep, that's why scouting is important. So if you like this video, don't forget to comment, rate, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me out, and I'll be releasing more videos. It'll be a better quality, a little bit more better playing, because this was kind of a whim type thing, because I was like, hey, I want to do a tutorial video, and so he's like, I'll help you out. And so it was kind of, this is a whim, but this does show why scouting is very effective, because I'm going to be warping in these more units, and I will warp in a Stalker, and motherfucker, get out of my base, get out of my base. Alright, but yep, and that is the tutorial on, and that is the tutorial on scouting and why it is important. So I will use this Observer to get the high ground vision and get this guy out of my base. So yep, so don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.